Hey, welcome back to another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. After this little edit, I wanted to sit down and have a conversation with you guys and do something I never do, which is just talk into the camera. I wanted to talk about this album that I just dropped, some feelings I've been feeling, some things I've been thinking, and yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoy this, and hopefully the audio isn't too bad because it was a little windy. Recently, I put out an 8-song album. It was called It's My Birthday. I put it out on my birthday. I'm really proud of that project for a couple of reasons, and I basically just wanted to talk about it a little bit. One of the reasons I'm really proud of it is I recorded some of those songs a couple years ago, and some of them I finished like a couple months ago. I mean, anywhere from like 4 years ago, 3 years ago to 3 months ago. In the first half of the project, I pretty much was putting out stuff that was sitting on my hard drive. They were songs that I've made, songs I was really proud of, but at the time I was just trying to find a certain style or a certain sound that I was looking for, and it just didn't fit, and I kept second guessing myself and not putting out the music. And a lot of the reason I wasn't putting out the music was because I was feeling like my music just wasn't hitting. Like, I wasn't getting enough attention or like enough plays. People weren't checking it out like I wanted them to. So I would always wait and try to stir up some sort of like buzz or some sort of feeling like, okay, now's the time. And I think I realized over the last couple years, and especially the last year, that the time is never gonna really feel perfect. Like, it's never gonna be the right time to do a lot of the things that I want to do. There's always gonna be something holding me back or something that doesn't feel right. And I think that me realizing that and deciding to just move forward with some things, for example, putting out music, it's made me a better person, and it's given me a different type of motivation. All right, well, I just parked at the spot, so let's discuss the rest of this, over there. All right, so it's really windy here. I don't even know how the audio is going to be, but we'll figure it out in post. So yeah, I wanted to get some fresh air and not film inside. I always have this weird feeling, and when people are around, I don't like to film or create. I get real like locked in my head, and I get kind of self-conscious or something. I don't know. I start to feel like weird, and then I can't really like feel free to create. So one of my goals this year is to kind of just like get out of my shell and stop being afraid to put out my work and create work and talk to the camera and just get my thoughts out. I think that's it's really important for me to just create and actually produce work instead of just like thinking about all these projects and never doing them. So that's one thing that this project kind of encapsulated. It meant so much to me to put this out put the album out because it got me out of my comfort zone. I thought of putting out the album like 2 weeks before my birthday. I posted on my story, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put out this album. I'm just gonna put some songs together. I have a bunch of songs sitting on my hard drive. I have a couple new songs that I'm really proud of, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna find a common theme or find a way to like sequence a couple songs together, and and I'm really happy with the way it came out. I think the main thing that it did for me was it really pushed me to just give up that control, to get out of my comfort zone and just let things go. And with art, I got really good at that. I got over the idea of like making something and becoming attached to it. So I would draw stuff or I'd paint like a painting, and then if I didn't like it, I would just paint over it. I never really wanted to grow an attachment to my art because I feel like it kind of ruins it in a sense that you become so attached. It's hard to like sell something that you're attached to. You end up wanting to keep it, or I don't know. There was just something about it. So early on, when it came to art, I definitely learned how to just let things go, whether it was by selling them or by like getting rid of them or giving them away or, you know, painting over them, whatever it was. Like I got rid of that attachment. I think the time that I did graffiti and I was writing, I think that time, you know, that's like, I have so much gratitude towards that mentality because it's helped me move on past a lot of like things in my life. I try not to have this mentality of like letting things go that I love or letting things go that I shouldn't, you know? So I cherish what I should, but when something bad happens, it's really easy for me to just think about the next step and think about what I need to do to get over it. So I don't know, that's something that graffiti kind of showed me and making art. And so when I put out this album, it felt so good to just get those songs that I had been listening to on my own and thinking that they were just going to stay on my hard drives. It just felt so good to put those out. You know, it felt so good to just put together something that I was really proud of and put it out into the world. And yeah. So this album, 8 songs, it's called It's My Birthday because it was my birthday. And it's funny, the first promo and like the cover art for it was me in my studio. Me and my friend decided to do like a video kind of thing, not a music video, but just like a little visual concept for the song Birthday. It was during that time where I was really stuck inside the studio. I was stuck and afraid to go out and make things, like afraid to go and film things outside of my house or outside the comfort of all the walls being around me, closing the door, no one's home, no one's gonna bother me, no one can hear me, no one's gonna like, there's like this cringe factor that I always get when I'm making something that I'm like, ugh. And yeah, that's something I want to get over, so it feels really good to just do it. And so when I made the video, the looping video of me with the balloon, it was just like a way to make something visual without having to like rap in front of the camera or really try to perform or do anything. It was just like the simplest way to make some promo and to have fun with the idea of, you know, the concept for the song, which was my birthday, which I actually wrote that song on my birthday. I think around that time, XXXTentacion had passed away. He got killed. And I was feeling really weird. And so I wrote that song and I kind of embodied that melancholic feeling or like that weird funk that was in the air after that. And I just tried to make something that kind of reflected how I actually felt. And so that song means a lot to me too. And it was something that I kept feeling weird about because I was like, this doesn't fit my newer beats. Like, it was an older beat that I made, and there's just a lot of things where I just kept saying, no, I'm not going to put it out, and I didn't put it out for years. I don't know when I made that. It was probably like 2017, or could have been, I don't even know, maybe in 2016? No, I think it was like 2017, 2018. I forget when he passed away, but it was that year, and so, I don't know, it was crazy. So this album means a lot to me. Another thing that I feel like is a big, basically there's like a stigma around being older and skateboarding or making music and putting it out, specifically for rap music. I love rap music. I've loved rap since I was like in middle school. I think even when I was younger, I remember showing my mom that Tupac song, Dear Mama, thinking that she was gonna be like, oh, that's so sweet, what a lovely song, and instead she was like horrified that I was young and listening to Tupac. So it was kind of funny. I remember that distinctively, and I was definitely, I think it was in elementary school. I used to listen to like classic rock, like Jimi Hendrix and stuff, and then I started moving into Biggie because my brother had a CD that I listened to once in his car, and I was just like, what is this? It was the skit where he's like, I think it was Ready to Die, but yeah, all that, there's something about rap that really inspires me. It's music that makes you like feel so many things, and like all types of music does that, you know, it evokes a feeling, but rap music specifically can make me feel like I'm invincible, or like I can do anything. It can build me up, or it can really like, it can make me depressed by hearing like some crazy stories, or it can like make me appreciative of my family, like that song Dear Mama. Like it just has it has the power to do so much, and I've always been in love with rap. And I remember recording little like diss songs to my friends on the sound recorder on Windows and sending it to them, and then they would send back the song, like a diss track, to me. And that was like in middle school. And then early high school, I was listening to a lot of rap, but I was also getting into a lot of like emo music and like indie music and more abstract stuff, like the Owls or Cap and Jazz and Cursive and Bright Eyes, thanks to like some of my friends who had amazing taste in music, and they would show me all these amazing bands. And I always felt like, I don't know, I've just always been obsessed with music. I played in bands my whole life, like throughout high school and after high school. I had a few bands that I was in, and I never really took music seriously enough to like learn how to read music or to really get amazing at my instrument. But I always knew how to like, it always gave me such a good feeling playing with people and like doing that and making music with people. So it was something that I had to be a part of. So skateboarding and music have just been my life entirely. And recently now, like in 9th grade, I started BMXing, and then I stopped, went back to skateboarding because it was cheaper. BMX is expensive as hell. And now that I'm older and can afford some parts, I got back into BMX, and I just love the feeling that gives. But like I was saying before, there's this stigma of being older and doing these things that are considered like young people things. Like I get it all the time. Anytime I fall or I hurt myself and I have to have some time to heal, I hear it from everybody. My girlfriend's family, my girlfriend, my friends, my bosses, like my coworkers, everybody. They're like, aren't you too old to do that? And I'm honestly sick of it. Like I'm sick of hearing that, and I'm sick of the idea that you can be too old for something. Like if something makes you feel good, and if you have done it enough to where you feel like it's a skill you've acquired, or you feel like you're good at it, or you love learning the progression, whatever it is, like if you like doing something, just do it. And that's something that I've been living my whole life. Like I've stuck to my whole entire life. If I like something, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I don't care what anyone says. I'm just gonna do it. Dude, a lizard just fell out of the tree and landed right next to me. What's up? I'm just gonna do it. What's up, buddy? That was crazy. I feel like if I move, he's gonna move. You okay? Dude, you okay, buddy? That was wild. Anyway, so that stigma is something that I hear in the back of my head all the time. And if I let it get to me, I would end up not doing the things that I love. And I'd rather live a life where I know that I spent as much time as I can doing something I love than living a life where I'm living it for other people. Like, oh, I guess I am too old to do that, so I'm just gonna not do it, and I'm just gonna work and like watch Netflix, and I don't know, like I just don't understand it. And I think a lot of that has to do with like, you know, I understand that I can't get hurt when I ride. I can't do that because I have to like work, but I'll limp. I've done it. I've worked with one arm because I hurt my shoulder before. I've done everything. Like, I'll still show up even if I'm hurt. So I just don't see anything wrong with it. And it's kept me fit my whole life. So that stigma is, it just makes me so mad. And with music especially, I just recently saw a video. I have to look it up and maybe put it on the screen, but it was like A&Rs think you should stop rapping if you're 30, or like 30-year-olds should stop rapping. And I understand that concept. Like, I understand there's a lot of people that are just pouring their heart into things, like into music, and they're not going anywhere with it. And I think I was kind of stuck in that cycle of wanting so much out of music that when I would put out stuff and it wouldn't do, like, I've never had any of my songs do really well, you know, or any of my projects really get that much attention. But the feeling I get from making the music and the feeling I get from putting it out and having a couple people like it, or even just like me being able to listen to it and knowing that I made that, and hearing my friends like it, or whatever the case may be, like any type of positive comments towards anything I make, it just makes me happy and it makes it worth doing. And I think that music is something that it's so worth doing no matter what age you are. Like, once I stopped worrying about the stats and trying to make a living off of music, or trying to like make money off of it, it became so much easier and so much more fulfilling. I think what makes music really like depressing is when you put so much into it and you basically are so dead set on the outcome instead of, like, not just the outcome, because like making a good song is a good song, but I mean like the outcome of like stats. Like, did people like it? Did it do well? Or is it getting the attention that you want? Did people download it? Did they stream it? And like, you look at the stats and you're like, man, like it's depressing. It can be really depressing. And I think a couple years ago, when I put out Sea Legs, which was like a collaborative album with my friend Hal Brown, when I put that out, I put a lot of effort into the promotion and like making content around it and having fun with it and spending time really enjoying the creative process, that when it came out, even if I got 10 plays, I was so happy. I was just so happy with the outcome of the actual music. I could care less about the stats and like any type of attention or what other people thought. Like, it was just more about like, we put this project together, we spent so much time and had so much fun. You know, I think we did it like once a week for a whole year pretty much. And then, I don't know, I love that album and I love making stuff. And I don't necessarily know what like the point of this video is, but I just know that I wanted to talk. I just wanted to talk to you guys and like get that out, because me putting out this album was one of the most rewarding things for me. Every time I put out something, whether it's a video, whether it's in music, whether it's like anything, or if it's a music video for someone else, because I film music videos for people, like, I just love creating. And I think that that's gonna be something that I stick to for a long time. So when I started this YouTube channel, I don't even remember what I started putting on it, but I remember that I think I was doing like skits, and I was trying to do like a video a week. And in order for me to do a video a week, I started just making short videos about like me not being able to do a video a week. Like, it made no sense, and I was pushing myself to make something that there was no heart to it. There was like nothing to it that actually mattered, and there was no like soul into what I was making. And I think that now what I'm learning is that no matter what I do and no matter the outcome, as long as I put real emotion and I actually put my soul into it and myself into it, that it's always going to feel good. It's always going to be gratifying, and I'm always going to be satisfied with whatever it is and however many views it gets. So I know that you might be used to just seeing me ride my bike, and you might not even know what this channel is, or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know where I'm going to keep going with this channel. I know BMX is going to be a huge part, because I just love making videos and riding, and it's like one of the easiest ways for me to create content is to just go out and ride and do what I regularly do, like do what I already do, and just like film it. And it pushes me, because I know if I'm going to film a ride that I want to try some new tricks, or I want to try to find cool angles, cool spots, whatever it is, like, it keeps me searching, it keeps me doing more. But wherever this channel ends up and whatever I end up doing with it, I just know that from now on I'm gonna be putting my heart into it. Like, I'm not gonna be afraid to talk to the camera. I'm not gonna be afraid to just come up with an idea and execute and just create, because that's honestly like what makes life worth living for me. And as cheesy as that sounds, it's the absolute truth, and it's been that way for a long time. Like, I've always been creating, and I've always loved it, whether it was art, music, skateboarding, riding, videos, whatever it is. Like, I just love the feeling. And yeah, so I hope this hits home, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are, whoever you are. I hope that you just keep doing what you love, because I know I'm going to keep doing what I love. And yeah, I appreciate anybody that made it this far, and I appreciate you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like and all that crap. This spot is amazing. It's like behind this big office building, and there's a really good ledge over there, which I probably am going to put in this video, so you probably saw it. And this might be my little go-to spot on Saturdays to kind of clear my head, or maybe to make more videos like this, who knows. But I'm going to keep exploring, keep creating, and keep doing what I do. If you haven't already, go check out the album if you like rap music. It's My Birthday. My artist name is Thurgood, with an X for the second O in good. Yeah, everything will be down in the description. And again, peace. Hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, whoever you are. Thanks for watching.